Hey YouTube, it's Patrice, and in this video today I am making one pot cheesy beef taco pasta. So let's get started. Here are just a few of the ingredients that I'm going to be using today. We have taco seasoning, we have macaroni shells, we have medium cheddar cheese, we have onions, garlic, beef, and here, let's get started. So these are just a few of the ingredients, again, I mentioned that I'm going to be using. And let's start with some olive oil in the pot. You want to get a nice Dutch pot or a soup pot and add that olive oil in and then cook the onions. So let's get started with those onions. They're looking wonderful and we just want to cook them until they're nice and translucent. The heat was a little high here, so I just turned it down a little bit just so that it wouldn't burn. Just keeping it well monitored and stirred. Smelling so good. Now it's time for some garlic. I added probably close to about 15 to 17 cloves of garlic because I like it really garlicky when I eat this. Here I have just about 3 or 4. Now you can make it as garlicky or no garlicky if you want. But I really like this dish with a lot of garlic in it because it just really brings out the flavor. And then I added a bit more olive oil in because it was starting to stick a little. And I just wanted it to be lovely and wonderful for us to enjoy this together. And now we're going to add in the beef. This is a medium beef. You could use extra lean and you can drain if you want. I didn't drain any of the fat. I didn't find it to be too much, but you can totally drain it if you wish. Because one side note about this dish is it's great for leftovers and if you wanted to freeze it. So it's fantastic for that. So you just want to take a nice little fork and you want to go ahead and just break up some little pieces. I suppose you could even use ground chicken if you want, or ground pork. Or you could use beans or just skip it all together. And just keep combining and stirring that beef together with the onions nicely on a moderate heat so that it cooks very, very well and there's no pink in it. So it's churning out really, really nicely. Just look at it. Wow. So it's pretty well all cooked, and now it's time to add in the taco seasoning. So this recipe, I promise you, is super simple, and you guys know I've made this before, but there are modifications. So you'll notice along the way that I'm using salsa this time. Previously to this dish, I used a tomato paste. So those are the few little changes that I made, and also I used a different cheese. And now it's time to add in the salsa. It calls for 1 cup of salsa. Now this is about 2 cups. You could probably put the 2 of them in, but I found that 1 was just enough. And you know what made it really, really amazing, this dish? Is the fact that it had a little green peppers in it, and it just added extra flavors. So I was super, super impressed, and would highly recommend using the salsa this time again. You'll notice also that it lovely deglazes the pan from the little bits of onion and garlic and beef. So that was really fantastic. It's looking just wonderful. Now it's time to add in about 3 to 4 glasses of water. And then you want to go ahead and add in 1 beef bouillon cube. You could use the ones that are already made, but I just prefer the beef bouillon cubes. First of all, they're a little more budget friendly, and I find them a little more versatile for my needs. So yeah, that's about 4 cups of water total. You have to do it according to your pot and your liking, but I found it to be, because we're going to be cooking that pasta right in that water, you want to make sure it's definitely enough water. And now it's time for our star ingredient, cut macaroni. Trust me, this is the best way to do this, I find. And it's so easy. It's a simple dish, and the whole family will love it for sure. So just go ahead and add that macaroni right in. And you want to give it a bit of a stir. I actually stirred it with a bit of a fork on the bottom because I didn't want it to... Oh, there's another cup. See, it's probably about 5 cups of water total. Just to make sure that the pasta will cook properly, or pasta if you say. I like to say pasta, so that it'll cook properly in the water and the mixture. The total cooking time on that pasta was probably close to about 11 minutes, 12 minutes, till it was al dente. So it's looking really good. We're continuing to stir it very nicely. Yeah, there was that little fork that I mentioned earlier just to break up the little pieces on the bottom. I didn't want it to stick. And now it's time to add in, it asks for 3 cups of cheese. I ended up putting about 1.5 cups of cheese in because I found it to be just enough. You could of course put more if you want, or use a different cheese. It's totally up to you. But the cheese is what really brings this to a new level, and I was super impressed with it. And as it cooks more, the water gets more absorbed and it thickens up. So there's that 2nd cup of cheese that I put in. About 1.5 cups of cheese. Yeah. It's smelling so amazing at this time. Wow. I don't know if you can smell it, but it smells just fantastic. I suppose you could just imagine how amazing it smells. The aromas in the kitchen were just like everywhere. And keep giving it a nice stir. As you can see, it's really quite thick now, and saucy and wonderful and so bubbly. Just look at that. Amazing. Super impressed. Well guys, our 1-pot cheesy beef taco pasta is ready to taste. It looks so good and it was so easy to make. Can you believe it? It took me only 20 minutes. This is just such a delicious, satisfying meal that I've made before, and I'm going to try it again. It's very budget friendly and very simple and gourmet, and it's very family friendly as well. So if you have a family and you're looking for simple recipes, or maybe you're a college student and you're looking for a great thing to eat that's not complicated, and of course budget friendly and good for you, give this a try. So yeah, I've taken a spoonful of this and I'm going to give it a taste. Yummy and so satisfying. Nice and creamy and cheesy. You can taste the taco seasoning. Wow, that is delicious. You know, I did something a little different this time. This is about the 2nd or 3rd time I've made this. I utilized the actual salsa. Previous to this, I used tomato paste, but I used salsa this time. And I only used 1 beef bouillon cube. Previous to that, I used 2. And also the last time I made this, I also added salt and extra pepper. This time, it's perfect. Because cheese has salt in it, as well as the taco seasoning and the salsa, I didn't feel I needed to add any extra salt. And I'm glad that I didn't, because it's a little bit healthier without so much salt. But of course, so full of flavor. It's really good. You know, if you don't eat beef, you could even use beans instead, or you could use chicken. I don't use turkey because in one of my videos recently, I was talking about my experience with the turkey. So I actually never liked turkey anyway, so I just do not eat turkey. Very tasty and yummy. Well, thank you very much for watching my video. If you're new here, I'm Patrice, and I post cooking videos generally for the weekend. That may change to during the week as well. And also I post the transit videos and also walking videos as well. So stay tuned for new content, and thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, see you later. Delicious. If you can believe it, guys, today is April 11th, and the weather outside is really, really warm. It's about 20 degrees, and it's actually funny that I'm making this dish. I'm so used to colder weather, so, but it's a comforting dish, and it's nice to have good comfort food once in a while. You know, this recipe originally called for 3 cups of cheese, but I only put in 1.5 cups. I thought 3 cups was just too much cheese. Although if you put it in 3 cups, it would be even more cheesy than this. So. It's so good, so satisfying, so delicious, so yummy. It's incredible. I really, really like it with the salsa. I would definitely make it again with the salsa. It's good. You could serve this with tacos on top, taco chips. You could serve it with some cheese on top, some avocados perhaps, or guacamole.